My latest build is this welding fixturing table. As you can see, Brad and I are here. He helped me move it up there. It was very, very heavy, and these are the other little parts that come with it that create a flat surface. When you first get it, this kit in particular, the top is one piece, but then all these ribs come together and they interlock, and they're what create the stability for the tabletop. That actual the big part, the main table, that could be that not bent necessarily, but it doesn't have to be perfectly flat. It's these ribs that are going to create the flat surface. Here I'm just cleaning up a lot of the little nibs left over from the lasering process, and then cleaning everything off and grinding off any little imperfections that might be on these ribs that would keep it from sitting flush, because that is extra important for this. You need to make sure that these ribs sit into those grooves very, very well. That's how you get a perfectly flat top. So got it all cleaned off, got it moved over to this nice flat table. Once again, table doesn't really matter. These ribs are what really matter. So using some magnetic clamps here to help me do this, to keep those little pieces upright, and then adding the shorter ones. As you can see, they interlock real nice and fit into little grooves onto the top. It's a pretty satisfying process doing this. I wish I had the audio on this. When the steel kind of slides through and snaps in, it's a pretty satisfying sound. But it's very, very heavy, as you can imagine. And so luckily I was able to put a hoist onto one of the rafter beams to help me lift it up. And here I'm using some squeeze clamps to clamp the ribs to the top. This is very, very, very important. And if I had it to do over again, I would use probably not these clamps. I would use some bolts, maybe some U-bolts, to really get it tight. But these worked pretty well. And I used a lot, pretty much every clamp I had. This is after I tacked it all together with the welder, and then was able to flip it over and just inspect it, and then make sure it was flat, and do the full welds everywhere. Pretty much anywhere one of the ribs penetrates through it, you need to do a weld on there. And as you can see, there's the big old legs that I put on there with the giant casters. This thing weighs about 600 pounds, I'd guess, and those casters, all four of them, can support about 3,000 pounds, which is nice. You see Andrew here helping me flip it over with the two hoists, which was nice, and it rolls very well. It's pretty wonderful. I can't wait to use it. The fixturing table is fantastic because you can add special fixturing clamps into all those holes and get some very accurate, parts, so they're square and they're tight and things like that. So very excited to use this. Here's a good shot of everything. It's very flat. It's not perfectly flat. This was a bit harder than I anticipated. It's definitely good enough by a large margin for what I do. And I don't know, I'm pretty happy with it. I can't wait to get some of the fixturing clamps and put it through its paces. It's real nice because this has the holes on the side too, so there's special clamps that you can attach to the sides and use all the corners. And I don't know, I'm very excited for it to try this. I know it's going to be a huge benefit to welding projects, and I don't know, it was a lot of fun. I think it looks fantastic. I can't wait to use it. I might blacken the top, but we'll see. But I don't know. Hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching.